Welcome to Hollywood Information. In this video, we're going to take a look back at 17 famous Hollywood gay stars who tragically died of AIDS. These were the men whose talent, charm, and courage lit up the entertainment world, yet whose lives were cut short by one of the darkest epidemics in history. 1. Rock Hudson. We begin with one of the most iconic names in Hollywood history, Rock Hudson. Known for his rugged good looks and charming screen presence, Hudson was a leading man of the 1950s and 60s. He starred in hits like Giant, Pillow Talk, and Magnificent Obsession. Behind the glamour, however, Rock Hudson was living a double life. In an era when homosexuality could destroy a career, he kept his sexuality private. In 1985, the world was stunned when Hudson revealed he had AIDS, becoming the first major Hollywood star to do so publicly. His announcement shocked the entertainment industry and brought massive awareness to the disease, which until then was largely misunderstood. Rock Hudson passed away in October 1985, at age 59, but his courage transformed public understanding of AIDS and helped launch major awareness. Campaigns. 2. Anthony Perkins. Best known for his chilling role as Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's classic Psycho, Anthony Perkins was a talented actor and singer whose career spanned decades. Perkins struggled privately with his sexuality for much of his life, trying to maintain a public image that fit Hollywood standards. He married photographer Barry Berenson in 1973 and had 2 sons. But those close to him knew he also had relationships with M.E. In 1992, Perkins died from AIDS-related complications at the age of 60. In one of his last interviews, he stated that the epidemic helped him confront his fears and face his true self. His honesty, even in his final days, touched countless fans. 3. Freddie Mercury. While not an actor, Freddie Mercury, the legendary frontman of Queen, remains one of the most beloved figures in entertainment history. Known for his electrifying stage performances and 4-octave vocal range, Mercury became a symbol of artistic freedom. For much of his life, he kept his sexuality and health private. But in 1991, he made a statement confirming that he had AIDS just one day before his death. Freddie passed away on November 24, 1991, at age 45. His courage and artistry inspired millions, and his legacy continues to raise awareness and acceptance for the LGBTQ+ community through music and remembrance. 4. Rudolf Nureyev. A ballet superstar and choreographer, Rudolf Nureyev was one of the greatest male dancers of the 20th century. Defecting from the Soviet Union in 1961, Nureyev became an international sensation, performing with major ballet companies and captivating audiences with his athleticism and emotion. His romantic relationship with fellow dancer Eric Brun was widely known in artistic circles. Nureyev was diagnosed with HIV in the 1980s and continued to perform for years despite declining health. He passed away in 1993, aged 54, in Paris. His artistry broke barriers in both dance and identity, leaving an indelible mark on cultural history. 5. Liberace. Few entertainers embodied glitz and showmanship like Liberace. Known for his dazzling piano performances and flamboyant costumes, Liberace was one of America's most beloved entertainers from the 1950s through the 1970s. Though rumors about his sexuality swirled for decades, Liberace always denied being gay, fearing it would end his career. In 1987, he died from AIDS-related pneumonia at the age of 67. Only after his death did the truth about his illness and sexuality become widely known. Today, Liberace is remembered as a trailblazer, a performer who celebrated individuality, even within the limits of his time. 6. Michael Jeter. Character actor Michael Jeter was known for his touching performances in films like The Green Mile, Patch Adams, and Open Range. He also starred in the TV series Evening Shade alongside Burt Reynolds, earning an Emmy Award. Jeter was openly gay and lived courageously with HIV for many years. He passed away in 2003 at age 50, reportedly due to complications from epilepsy, but his openness about his diagnosis made him a role model in Hollywood for compassion and honesty. 7. Brad Davis. Actor Brad Davis shot to fame with his haunting role in the 1978 film Midnight Express. He was considered one of Hollywood's most promising young talents, known for his intensity and emotional depth. In 1985, Davis was diagnosed with HIV. Fearing professional backlash, he kept it secret, working quietly while advocating for AIDS awareness. He died in 1991 at just 41 years old. His wife, Susan Bluestein, later revealed his illness to encourage compassion and change the stigma that surrounded AIDS. 8. Keith Haring. While primarily known as an artist, Keith Haring's influence on Hollywood and pop culture was undeniable. His bold, colorful art captured the energy of the 1980s, appearing in music videos, fashion, and celebrity collections. Haring used his fame to speak openly about being gay and living with AIDS, creating awareness through art rather than fear. He died in 1990 at just 31 years old, but left behind a legacy that continues through the Keith Haring Foundation, which supports AIDS research and children's programs. 9. Tom Villard. Character actor Tom Villard appeared in One Crazy Summer, We Got It Made, and numerous TV shows. In 1994, Villard made television history when he became one of the first actors to appear as a gay character with AIDS, while also being openly HIV positive in real life. His openness was groundbreaking at a time when many hid in fear. Villard died later that year. At age 40, his courage helped humanize AIDS and change the conversation in Hollywood. 10. Howard Ashman. If you've ever sung along to The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, or Aladdin, you've experienced the genius of Howard Ashman, a lyricist and playwright. Ashman was one of Disney's most brilliant storytellers. He wrote many of the songs that defined Disney's 90s renaissance. Ashman was diagnosed with AIDS during the production of The Little Mermaid. He continued to work through his illness, creating timeless music even from his hospital bed. He passed away in 1991 at only 40 years old, shortly before the release of Beauty and the Beast. The film was dedicated to him, reading, "To our friend Howard, who gave a mermaid her voice and a beast his soul." 11. Robert Reed. Fans of the Brady Bunch will always remember Robert Reed as the kind and loving father, Mike Brady. While Reed never publicly came out as gay during his lifetime, those close to him knew the truth. He was diagnosed with HIV in the late 1980s. And when he passed away in 1992, complications from AIDS were listed as a contributing factor. Robert Reed's passing was a sobering reminder that the epidemic touched people from all walks of life, even those who played America's most wholesome TV dad. 12. Arthur Ashe. Though primarily a tennis legend, Arthur Ashe also made his mark on Hollywood through activism and media appearances. Ashe contracted HIV from a blood transfusion and used his fame to promote education about the disease. He passed away in 1993 at age 49, after becoming one of the first prominent black public figures to speak openly about AIDS. His grace and dignity in the face of illness inspired millions. 13. John Curry. Olympic figure skating champion John Curry was known for bringing ballet artistry to the ice. After winning gold in 1976, Curry came out as gay, a bold move in a conservative era. He was diagnosed with AIDS in the late 1980s and died in 1994. At age 44, Curry's life and courage helped redefine masculinity and artistry in sports, inspiring athletes and performers worldwide. 14. Paul Jabara. Paul Jabara was the creative genius behind some of the biggest disco hits of the 1970s, including Last Dance for Donna Summer and It's Raining Men for the Weather Girls, a proud member of the gay community. Jabara used his music to celebrate joy and identity. He died from AIDS-related complications in 1992 at just 44 years old. His songs continue to be anthems of empowerment and self-expression. 15. Vito Russo. A passionate film historian and activist, Vito Russo was the author of The Celluloid Closet, a groundbreaking book that examined the portrayal of gay characters in Hollywood. Russo was also one of the founders of ACT UP and GLAAD, organizations that continue to fight for LGBTQ+ rights and AIDS awareness. He lived with HIV for years before passing away in 1990. At age 44, his legacy endures through the ongoing visibility and fairness he fought for in media representation. If you found this video informative, Please like, subscribe, and share to help more people discover the powerful stories behind Hollywood's brightest stars. Let us honor their memory by spreading awareness, compassion, and love. Thank you for watching Hollywood Information, and remember, the stars we've lost still shine in our hearts.